himself in the form of Yudhishthira Maharaj, the son of Yamaraj. Yamaraj himself also came as a Vidur. At the same time, he also appears as a Yaksha during the incognito, 1 year incognito, the Pandavas. 3 expansions. And they all talk of the religious principles. They uphold. Vidur was exemplifying this character of a pure devotee. Even in the intrigue of how to continue the dynasty of the Pandavas, when both Pandu and Dhritarashtra, 2 brothers, Krishna controls everything, including their vows towards the remain. Vidurji remained very, very faithful and remained in the opposition party to serve Lord Krishna's desire. Even he was a Dasi Putra. He was not a regularly born of Ambalika and Ambika, 3 daughters of Kashiraj that Bhishma Pitama kidnapped and brought. He was also involved, but see, the fidelity in devotional service is so much exemplified with very, very astounding characters. But let's talk of Bhishma Pitama first. Bhishma Pitama that we are studying, of course he took up a very strong vow to please his father. So he will not become the king, but he will be the caretaker. He sided with Dhritarashtra's blindness. So when Kunti became Karna, the diplomacy somehow or other went into favor of Karna by Duryodhana later on. But Kunti was mortified that she is committing sin. That she is a pure devotee, knowing who Krishna is, that and yet they play very astonishing opposite roles. While Vidurji's situation was that even though he sided with Duryodhana, means he was maintained by the family of the Kauravas. Kauravas were living in one section of the palace, and the Pandavas were living in the same, but other section of the palace. But Krishna would go only to the Pandavas and not to Duryodhana. Everybody was called Kaurava because they are all descendant of Kuru. So sometimes Kaurava is also being used, the term is used for Pandavas. So when Vidurji appeared as a son of Dasi, because they say that Ambalika was so much mortified by looking at Vyasadeva, who was supposed to beget children. And she closed her eyes. So Vidur was born as blind. Dhritarashtra was born as blind, but Vidur he was a Dasi Putra. So Ambalika closed the eyes and Ambika sent, Dasi, you go, And she was okay, no problem. After all, she is Dasi anyway. But she was very fortunate to have association with Vedavyasapriya. So, the situation with Vidur was that they were considering, the Kauravas were considering a half-brother. And he was cornered, he was not much treated in a respectable way. But Dhritarashtra was very fond of him. He was giving wise counsel. He was spiritually elevated. But he himself would not consider that he is spiritually elevated. Because if the physical condition is not favorable to be in the exalted positions, like Pandavas, Vidur would humbly take a very lowly position. But nonetheless, to execute the service to Lord Shri Krishna, he remained there and gave wise counsel to Dhritarashtra. So he had faith, even though he didn't have eyes, even though he was doing so much partiality between his sons and Pandu's sons. Right? But Vidur would always give him good counsel, and I will regret sometime, but because the overwhelming attachment to his own sons puts him very much more ignorant way about the Supreme Whole, who is masterminding everything. And they are playing thankless task as a role, Krishna ordered. Mama Vartamanu Vartante Manusha Parthasta. Everybody is fitted into the activities that he chalked out. He is the master planner. So, in Mahabharata, what we have to learn about humility of Vidurji, that he would not consider himself fit to approach Lord Krishna directly. But he was so Krishna conscious that he would give wise counsel to Dhritarashtra. Alright? A time would come, and Vidur had to spell out, calling spade a spade. But he spoke to Dhritarashtra. When Krishna came to give, some kind of a truce, a plan that let Pandavas have one village to rule. And that infuriated Duryodhana. He says, I will not give land that is covering in a pin point. He rejected. But this was conveyed to Dhritarashtra Vidur, that your son, and Duryodhana was there, Sakuni was there, and he is giving the wise counsel so fearlessly. He said, your nefarious son is going to destroy the entire family. You better take a firm action and let the Pandavas live happily with little villages. Duryodhana was listening. Duryodhana in turn became more infuriated and chastised Vidur. You are living like a dog in our house, and you are not even, favoring us. You always take the side of the Pandus. The Pandu was there. So, you are not worth anything. And when Duryodhana spoke, Dhritarashtra kept mum. Right? So, Vidurji was chastised by Duryodhana. The nephew is chastising the uncle. and Vidur did not mind. When he said, Duryodhana said, you better get out from here. We don't want to see your face because you are not worth anything. Being a half brother, you are living at our mercy. How could you? How could you even, take the side of the Pandavas? In India, a lot of people think that diplomacy should be like Vidurniti. Vidurniti, it's a diplomacy. They have to learn a lot. But unless and until you are devotee, how can you become ever diplomatic for Lord Krishna's desires to be fulfilled? So, but Vidurni, I cannot approach Lord Krishna directly, so let me go. So Krishna knew what is in the mind of Vidurji. So he told Uddhav, after I depart, tell Vidur and meet Maitreya Muni. So again, when Vidurji left, he thought, thank you very much, Lord Krishna. Even though he was insulted, he said, Krishna decided for me, I have no objection. The so-called tribulations of dishonor and insults. Generally people fight for keeping the ignorant status quo of so-called honor. But see, the devotee, he wants to please Krishna in any circumstances, favorable or unfavorable. So, even though he is pure devotee, he is putting himself in an ordinary situation. He doesn't consider himself worthy enough to have darshan of Lord Shri Krishna, but he wants to execute the service to Lord Shri Krishna. So what is meant by seeing the Lord face to face and executing pure devotional service, all to the deity, representative of Krishna. So Vidurji put his bow and arrow at the doorsteps and walked out. And according to the instructions of Uddhava, he went to see Maitreya Muni. And he asked so many questions, starting from the creation, how the life begins, how that from birth after birth, it rotates in different species of life, all the nitty-gritty, how the creation took place, what were the elements of creation done by Lord Krishna, what was the creation done as a visarga by Brahma, what was the tertiary creation by the demigods, and how the human being is also making the quaternary creators. We also create, right? But from already created things. So we have to understand that Vidur is asking all this just to see how Krishna is so clever and designed for every living entity to be fitted in his plan. Mama vartamanu vartante manushya pasa sarvasa. I chalked out the plan for everyone, and the dictate of the modes of material nature that impresses us, we engage in those kind of works. So mama vartamanu vartante manushya pasa sarvasa. We think we are the doers, but no. We are fitting in the plan of Krishna. And that we have to understand through Vidur's instructions. We can be an instrument at the moment. Vidurji and all the situations that he is passing through is very, very important for us to understand. And we should be also ready that this material world, and especially Kali Yuga, will not be all the time appreciative of us. Will be also criticized, will be also chastised, will be also, feel some reverses. But the character of Vidura is an ideal, character that we have to follow. So, every time this situation has been explained from the question that was asked by Parikshit to Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami, and Sukadeva answers very, very clearly. So you should study. I have only taken 17 or 18 verses, but we started from the first. But I think 5-6 days we spoke, and it was quite enlivening. So I thought I should relate to you. So Nityam Bhagavata Seva. We need to do Nityam Bhagavata Seva. So come, attend the Aarti in the morning. In the evening, weekdays, because they may have other services. The morning program is a must for all the sincere. Prabhupada said evening program is also those who are residential devotees. But morning program daily is a very infusing with you, Srimad Bhagavatam's explanations. So, we can go upstairs.
Yeah.
Have Radha Goenji.
We'll do the Aarti upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody has any questions? So,
So Guru Maharaj, I think I was just thinking this way today also, that when Krishna came in this material world, nobody really could understand him, and they all thought at the time also that he is one of us. They are seeing him as two-handed. He's acting with everybody just like a normal person. So if he's
but
walking
8 people knew.
8
people knew.
8.
Kunti, Bhishma Pitama, and Dronacharya. And 500.
Yeah, the rest of them thought it's just like today.
And you see, all of them are distributed in opposite parties. Vidura never claimed. He didn't approach Lord Krishna directly. He was hiding. Only Vidurani was very dear to Krishna. Duryodhana ko bhogana khayo. Shaka Vidura khayo. Little vegetable. They also say, Vidurji was feeding Krishna banana, and he was throwing the banana away and giving him the pickles. Duryodhana ko bhogana khayo, Shaka Vidura gana khayo. Aise prema pujari. But these characters are very sublime, befitting pure devotees.
So I think he again confirmed this thing in Bhagavad Gita, by the sloka Avajananti.
Right. These are the examples of 12 Mahajans who are pure devotees, knowing, preaching, running their own schools of thoughts. Lord Shiva has his own school of thought. Then Brahma has his own school of thought that we are present in. Then Lakshmi has her own school of thought. And who else?
Kumara.
Kumara, Chatush Kumara.
Prahlad Maharaj, Kumara. Janak Maharaj.
Draupadi didn't know. Draupadi was very dear to Krishna. She didn't even know.
Now, Draupadi can be counted as sati, but she resisted on her own, what you call, on power gaining because of being sati. She resisted Dushasana, but can't resist. Why didn't she take shelter of Lord Krishna from the very beginning? In that sense, she knew she insulted Duryodhana. And Sudharma, the assembly hall, it was done by Mayadana, and the Kauravas were invited to see the wonders of Sudharma hall. So Duryodhana was walking, and Draupadi was watching, from the top. So Duryodhana could not understand, but it was water, and he fell down. And then she laughed. Andha ka baita bhi andha hai. She taunted him like that. Then Duryodhana decided, I will also take revenge. So, action and reactions are there. But yet Krishna protected her. Everybody is supposed to be going through the hits of ego. Many times, ego doesn't mean it is coming from ignorance. There are sattvic egos, rajasic egos, and tamasic egos too. But nothing works. We have to give up all the different kinds of egos. Just like Prabhupada said, the Brahmavadis say, the impersonalists, they say, Aham Brahmasmi. Our response is, Dasohamasmi. This is the final ego. Ego means identity. One is too much hooked up upon the identity of being a woman. That is not fair. Srila Prabhupada's conclusive statements like this. For a man, woman is a woman, but for a woman, man is woman. Now, it has so much deeper meaning to understand. A woman connotes an object of sense gratification. But who doesn't have sense gratification? At that extent, everybody is a woman. You exploit me, I exploit you. In this way, the world of exploitations is going on. There is no bhakti. So, even in those times, the standard of living and royalty, and it creates so much ego. It may be in passion, but nonetheless, We see the examples are there, and none of them can get liberated. When ego understands that he is composed of mercy of the Lord, that identity is Aham Brahmasmi. No. Brahman means it's both collective spiritual and material energies. It's called Brahman. But Daso Aham Asmi, it puts our original occupation as a servant of the Supreme. So that identity nobody can take away from you. Who is the master in the material world? The false claims are immediately busted out. Nobody can claim because they didn't create any damn thing. They are not able to maintain properly. So, in Kali Yuga, it's a time of destruction and everything will be annihilated. After Kali Yuga, Pralaya will come. Then Brahma's night will begin and will be suspended. Suspension in the egoistic framework of mind, intelligence and ego. Your mind cannot be destroyed, intelligence cannot be destroyed, and false ego cannot be destroyed. So, Andhakale, Mahameva Smaran Mukta Kallevaram. Only devotee can do that. So his ego is a servant and he will continue the service to the Supreme Lord even in the next life. In any species of life, Kita Janma Hau Yathatu Adas, Bahirmukha Brahma Janma Yash. Even though high aristocratic life of Brahma, if I can, but if it's averse to your devotional service, I don't prefer to become Brahma. Never desire that kind of post. And Vidur is so much humble that he didn't take even the insult as, a reverse for him. But Krishna is in control. He gave me this opportunity. Let me get out. But nonetheless, he comes back when Duryodhana dies to chastise blind Dhritarashtra, and in a harsh way say, you are living at your enemy's house just for 2 chapatis? Aren't you ashamed? Get the hell out of here. Go and finish your sadhana. Both husband and wife went and finished it. Ajamil was not chastised like that, but Dhritarashtra and Gandhari both were chastised. What kind of fidelity? Gandhari is so much celebrated as Sati, but what is the use if she is not devoted to Lord Shri Krishna? So such chastisement was necessary, and Vidur came and gave them. So everybody has to work out on the nature of the Absolute, because they are part and parcel of the Absolute. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Why, with such a powerful preacher like Vidura, he could not make Dhritarashtra a devotee? Dhritarashtra never became a devotee, isn't it? He went to Brahman, emerged into the 5 elements, when he left the body.
No.
But then Vidura could not make him a devotee. Is there any reason why is it?
Yeah, whoever participated, he was Yamaraj. So naturally, they are all under Vishnu Tattva. All the demigods, and Yaksha. Yamaraj came from Yaksha family. Alright? But nonetheless, they were pure devotees and they were on the righteous path. They knew. Even in Yaksha, when Pandavas were lost in the jungle in incognito, and they were all of a sudden became so thirsty that Kunti was with them. They said, "Nakul, why don't you go and look for water?" He goes and he meets the challenge of Yaksha. He is an ignorant boy. He disobeyed him and he died. So Sadhya also goes. It's also like that. Bhimsen goes. And Bhimsen shows some anger and challenge and this and that. But before Yaksha can come out for fight, Bhimsen also drank water, which was a taboo. He also fell dead. Then Arjun goes. And Arjun has so much ego that he's coming from Indra and he's bestowed so many celestial weapons. And what is this Yaksha to him? So he challenged in that and he said, "Do whatever you want to, I will drink water first. And I will revive my brothers." He says, "No." He died. So when Yudhishthira came, Yudhishthira saw why all this divine personalities, born of demigods, have to die untimely. That is not. He was very intelligent. There must be some, secret. So I thought, let me go and drink water and then I'll revive everyone. He faced the challenge. Then he understood. Now see, that Yaksha who was hidden and protecting the waters, he was also Yamaraj. Vidur is also Yamaraj. The trends are there. Yudhishthira is Yamaraj's son, Vidur is Yamaraj's son, and Yamaraj came as Yaksha. So all three of them are intermingling with this fact. Because what is pure devotional service has to be distinctly separated out from all the nitty-gritty activities. And they are asking, Yaksha is asking to Yudhishthira, I hope from you to answer the questions for my satisfaction. Then I will allow you. So Yudhishthira is a good composer. And he said, yes, go ahead. I like two questions. First question, that I like, there are about 20, 24 questions asked. And two questions are very, touchy. What is the secret of dharma? What is the secret of dharma? Yudhishthira is responding. Tarko pratishto srustayo bhinna nasau muni yasya matim labhinna dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam mahajano edagatasa pantha. Right? What is that? That tarka pratishta. Logic is baseless. So you may be using your logic, you may be using your logic about what is the secret of dharma. It is baseless. Mundane logic cannot answer this question. Srutayo bhinna. There are so many religious literatures. and they counteract each other. They do not come to the conclusion. And if you go to one philosopher about asking what is the secret, he will disagree with the other philosopher. So all three things are useless processes. Only dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhaya. The secret of dharma is obtained mahajano yankata sambandha. If we follow in the footsteps of the great authorities of bhakti, you will find it there. Bhakti is the dharma. Jnana is not dharma, karma is not dharma. What is the most amazing thing in this material world? That is another question. What is the most amazing thing?
Ahani ahani bhutani.
Yudhishthira Maharaj says, ahani ahani bhutani gachanti yamate shesham
Stavaram ichanti. Shesham stavaram ichanti. Kim
stavaram ichanti. Shesham stavaram ichanti. Kim aschanti. Every day, people live their life allotted and go to smashan. But the one who carries him never thinks that he has to be also carried away this way. They want permanency within this body. It's most amazing thing, mesmerizing thing, illusory thing that people get bewildered. He will never see him being carried away this way. As he is gone, he will never think, he will prepare even. So, Yudhishthira Maharaj is Yamaraj, Yaksha is Yamaraj, and Vidurji is also Yamaraj. They say a perfect yogi can expand himself 9 times. 9 times. If you cannot expand, what is the use? Kardamuni expanded him 9 times and gave 9 daughters to Devahuti. If we have what they call bipolar, bipolar syndrome, we get fearful. We can't manage that. We can't trust him. But suppose in the house you have a wife, so you have expansion and different relationships. You have children. But you are the same person. You are the same person. But this is the way the expansions are going, that you can easily accept. But all these different relationships are available for a single person. Everyone. So at that time you don't see multiple personality syndrome. And when it comes to Krishna, then you object. So this is, we have a very poor form of language, and we can't compete with the Supreme design of this particular material world. It's a faultless material world. Only then we are at fault because of imperfection. What are the 4 imperfections we have?
Imperfect senses.
Huh?
Imperfect senses.
Imperfect senses,
Cheating propensity.
Cheating propensity.
cheating propensity, but because imperfect senses, we have committed mistake
Commit to mistake.
and we
Under the
become
illusion.
and cheating. Ego.
Illusion.
Who says I am completely honest? Nobody will be able to tell. भैया तेरी भी चूक मेरी भी चूक चलो गोविंद जी की आरती करो हरे कृष्ण
Holiness Vedavyasapriya Maharaj.
Maharaj, come.
Also.
Carefully, okay?
એલિવેટર ઊભું રાખ્યું છે.
ओ मारा मन तो जल्दी जवा दे
जाओ તમે. माइक लेके आना. अच्छा. टेक दैट अप. नो कैमरा. ये पूरा स्टैंड लेके जाना है. ऐसे ही ले लो ना. ऐसे स्टैंड. हरे कृष्णा. चलो अपन ऐसे ही जाएंगे. ऊपर चले जाते हैं. We'll take the stairs.
अब उसको घुमा लो. लाइव चल रहा है ये. बंद कर दिया इसको.
पता नहीं, मुझे नहीं पता. चल रहा है. चल रहा है.
चल रहा है तो इसको घुमा लो तो सीधा.
चल रहा है. He has to edit it, I guess.
કહું છું તો क्या કે
you have
you have to make a space.
yeah, but you have altar already.
No, we have to make a small altar for Jagannath. તમે કહેશો એ પ્રમાણે કરીશું.
लो.
નાનું altar અત્યારે જે છે ને
હા.
Vikrami, set this up if you want to.
ભગવાન પણ સાડા 3 ફૂટના છે.
તમે જ્યારે ગૌરનીતાએ મોકલા ને એ ટાઈમે અમે પછી ત્યાર પછી જગન્નાથ because we were doing Rath Yatra.
इमरजेंसी में जाओ ना क्या
અત્યારે અમે અહીંયા ડ્રેસ એકાદ મહિનો જ થયો છે. We had one. I think this is Alachwa's dresses because Jarati sent those dresses.
Okay.
Should I get a chair? Rumaya chair le aao na. Small. We have small.
मार्क्स के चेयर लेके सबको फुलावर दे देना था.
नमो शिवाय.
मैं मीठा में बैठा
तो करे तो कौन करे?
आरती सब लोग कर रहे हैं। सिर्फ वही है एक सब लोग आरती है वहाँ नहीं है वहाँ धीरे धीरे लेके खर्च नहीं मुझे नहीं मालूम था खर्च नहीं किया मैं अभी वृंदावन से मांगा
कि बजायो जयो गौरचंदे
तो
आरती को
लाइन में आवा
कि बजायो जयो गौरचंदे आरती को जानवी His Divine Grace of the Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Sutra Pada Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vranda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanand. All glories to Samudri. All glories to Samudri. All glories to Samudri. Glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Maharaj.
Jai.
Yeah. Ah, what a burden.